Hello and welcome to PlayOnSports.com's coverage of a special edition of California High School Boys Basketball on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, live from St. Augustine High School in San Diego, California. I'm Brian Vilvin with Greg Olivier on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives. This evening's matchup of San Diego section teams features the Torrey Pines Falcons on the road against the St. Augustine Saints in a battle of two of the section's best. The Falcons, coached by John Olive, bring an 11-7 record into tonight's game, while the Saints, coached by Mike Hopp, are 13-3. The teams are on the court. We are underway. The Falcons in their road red uniforms with the white numbering and yellow trim, and the St. Augustine Saints in the white jerseys, purple numbering, and gold trim. Sorry, folks, we are back here after a couple of little technical gaffes, but we're back on the air and rocking and rolling from St. Augustine High School. Again, Brian Vilvin with Greg Olivier, where high school sports lives. PlayOnSports.com. The Falcons of Torrey Pines out to an early 2-0 advantage over the St. Augustine Saints. This is Trey Kell at the free throw line for the Saints. Strong rebound underneath by Sam Warman. And the Falcons pushing it up the floor in transition after both free throws missed on the other end. Thinking about the shot was Dominique Hovase for the Falcons. Dominique Hovas loses that one out of bounds, but they're going to say it was last touched by the St. Augustine Saints, and the Falcons will retain possession. A quick 4-0 lead for the Falcons, who come in their 11-7 record short of St. Augustine. Strong move down low. That was Drew Madsen, the big fella, 6'5" senior center, getting the Saints on the board. They trail by 2, just underway here. 6:20 to go in the first quarter.
And that was San Diego coming off of a good ball screen and finding Madsen wide open in the lane.
In the corner, that's a block by Brenton Lamar, getting the offense going the other way is Trey Kell, pushing it forward, finding Brent Jones for the bucket, and we're even at 4.
And that's what the Saints have to do. They rely heavily on their defense for their past 6 games. In the past 6 games, they are 5-1 with their last loss coming to Cathedral Catholic. But they rely on their defense to get them transition points and moving into the fast break.
Top key, that's Zach Wagner. Wagner swinging it around to Connor Milmo. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The Saints wanted to travel, but the shot for Hovas off the mark, and a rebound goes to St. Augustine. Brenton Lamar in the left wing, trying to drive it to the basket in traffic. Gets it to Trey Kell for a deep three-pointer, no good. And the rebound off to the Falcons. They're trying to push it up the court. Hovas gets the ball to Brandon Cyrus, and now looking down low to Milmo again.
Good pressure defense played by the Saints down low. And they get a tie-up.
I believe we're going to get a foul called here against the Saints, much to the dismay of Coach Hopt. 5:08 left to play here in the first quarter at St. Augustine High School. A special edition of high school basketball on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Nice look down low to Chris Corello for the bucket for the Falcons. Trey Kell missed the runner there. There's a whistle blown. I believe we're going to have another foul called against St. Augustine. That one called against Martin Tombe, the freshman for the Saints. 2 freshmen on the floor right now for St. Augustine. The other one, number 13, Eric Monroe.
It seemed he was pressing. He missed the shot, and he was trying to make up and recover for it, and then just a silly foul.
A lot of times when you miss a bucket like that, it's easy to pick up a little tacky foul in transition, just upset with yourself, and you let it carry over into the defensive possession. You gotta cut those fouls out. That's a freshman mistake, but Mr. Tombe will learn from that and continue to grow here, getting a lot of time. A couple of freshmen, Monroe and Tombe, getting a lot of time on the floor for St. Augustine. That'll only help for the future. Brent Lamar, strong take. Talk about a senior right there, headed to UC Davis, and the guard with the bucket off the glass. And we're back even at 6. 4:30 left to play here in the first quarter. Losing the handle on it was the point guard, Zach Wagner, for the Falcons. Wagner, a junior, and one of the leaders of this Torrey Pines team. Torrey Pines in that full court pressure, being broken down. Strong take by Trey Kell, the junior, and finishing it pretty off the glass with the left hand.
Yeah, he looked up when you got the ball at the top of the key, saw no one there, and just took it to the house.
First lead of the game for St. Augustine. Top key, that lead does not last for long as Sam Warman drills the triple from the top of the key, and Torrey Pines is back in front by a point. 3:55 left to play here in the first quarter from St. Augustine High School. Kell, another strong take, pull-up jumper, good. Trey Kell making his presence felt, Greg.
Yeah, he looked really strong with the left hand taking it there and very comfortable. A lot of players you don't see being able to do that with both the left and the right hand, but he did it very nicely there.
Going to have another foul underneath. I believe this will be the 4th team foul against St. Augustine. We're only 4.5 minutes into the game, and already getting some early fouls here are the Saints.
That's quick, and it looks like they're going to have to go deeper into their bench quicker than they normally would like to in this game.
Deep three again, Warman. Someone's going to get a hand on him. That's 2 3-pointers in a row, and Coach Hopt wants a timeout. He's seen enough of Sam Warman taking uncontested 3-pointers.
This is very uncharacteristic of St. Augustine. Known for their defense, they're just not closing out on Warman when he's down here or deep at the top of the key for those threes.
So Coach Hopt will take a timeout. 12-10, Torrey Pines leading St. Augustine with 3:27 left to play in the first quarter on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to PlayOnSports.com/SBP.
Brian Vilvin and Greg Olivier bringing you the call from St. Augustine High School on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a special Monday edition of high school basketball here from the San Diego section at St. Augustine High School. Trey Kell with another strong take. This time misses off the glass, but that was Monroe there with the offensive rebound. And I misspoke again, Jake Ryan. 3rd time's the charm there. Jake Ryan with the offensive board for the Saints, who lose it out of bounds. The Falcons bringing the ball across midcourt. The Saints in man-to-man defense here. Zach Wagner looking for Warman. He's been hot from the 3-point line. Now Wagner will kick it out to Brandon Cyrus, who throws the floater off the glass. No good. Rebound, Brent Lamar pushing it forward to Kell. Trey Kell somehow kept his body under control and made the bucket. Great feed by Lamar, and the Saints have tied it up at 12.
Just shows good defense always transitions to easy baskets on the offensive side.
Still staying in that man-to-man defense. Jack Drapp also in for St. Augustine. Jack Bailey now with the ball for the Falcons. Warman, another three, this time the left wing. And Sam Warman's on fire. 3 straight 3-pointers for the junior forward, Sam Warman. Warman, a starter last year as a sophomore. Brent Lamar trying to respond, and he does. 3-pointer of his own. And we've got a high-scoring first quarter. 2 minutes left in the first quarter, already 15 points apiece.
That was a good shot by Lamar. His defender fell down and just left him a wide-open look.
Sometimes those are the toughest ones when you have an extra second, and you're seeing the nobody around you. You're like, oh, man, I better make this. But Lamar did a nice job there. Keep an eye on number 25. Orman, 3 of his last 3 3-pointers. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He's going to have to force one here. Just barely gets it off and misses. Nothing but the shot clock.
And once again, the defense, it seems like Coach Hop saw something, said, hey, stick that guy, don't let him open, and jack up another 3. Defense was closed out on him the whole time for the whole shot clock there. So,
well, Jake Ryan doing a nice job getting into Sam Orman's face, not letting him get a good shot off. Strong take, Nate Samaniego, no good off the glass. The rebound goes to the Falcons. 1:20 left to play. Great pass and a finish with the left hand. That was a beautiful feed from Zach Wagner to Chris Curiello. And a bucket for the Falcons. Samaniego looking down low, trying to get the ball to Jake Ryan. It goes out of bounds, but they'll say it was last touched by the Falcons.
Looks like
and
we got
it'll
a player
stay down here.
Looks like we got a player down. Sorry.
It's all right. It's looks like Curiello. Hate to see that, grabbing his right leg.
Not good. And as soon as it happened, he motioned to the bench to get somebody into the game for him. So
the teams will go back to their benches. 1 minute exactly left to play here in the first quarter. It's the Torrey Pines Falcons leading St. Augustine 17-15. Torrey Pines a bit of an underdog coming into this one, playing against a St. Augustine team that's only lost 3 times all year. 2 of those losses have come to Cathedral Catholic, the #1 team in the section. So you got to think on the home court for St. Augustine, they'd be the favorite here, but Torrey Pines has played extremely well in the early goings here.
Absolutely. And looking at the roster, they're very young. I was talking to the coach earlier. His team is very inexperienced and young, and he's hoping to build on that. They said they won some games that they probably shouldn't have won, lost some games that they should have won. But it's all due to the young team, and hopefully they come together as they continue to play and play a strong or out-of-conference schedule so they can go into the end of the season tournament and play well.
Yeah, it's all about how you finish, not necessarily how you start. And it seems to even itself out during the course of the year, the games you should have won that you lost and the ones that you lost that you should have won. The other side, Curiello walking off of the floor, and that's something good to see. He's got that knee wrapped up already, so they hate to see him down and injured, but it's nice to walk off the court under your own power. Brent Jones loses the handle off it, out of bounds to the Falcons. Warman trying to get the ball in, and it's stolen away by Jones. Nice job to get that to Brenton Lamar, and then a beautiful pass down low. Jake Ryan with the finish. Great ball movement by the Saints, who are now putting on that full court pressure D, something we haven't seen so far today.
No, and hopefully they can pressure these youngsters into committing some turnovers and some easy buckets for them.
17 apiece, 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 10-second differential between the shot and game clock, but it won't matter as Brandon Cyrus paints one off the glass. 2 points and a lead again for the Falcons. St. Augustine will try to hold for the last shot here. 15 seconds left. The shot clock is off. Lamar being defended by Cyrus. 7 seconds now. 5. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Offensive rebound by the Saints. Shot up and no good. Again, ball off of the glass. Jake Ryan got it. Ryan with his 3rd offensive rebound in the last minute and a half. Got the ball with less than a second left. Somehow got it off his hands, off the glass from the free throw line, and we're tied up at 19. Wow.
That's good. Just body control and able to get that rebound because he was up in the air and to get the shot up and off the glass at the same time so that he still could get it off before time ran out.
19-19 the score after a full quarter of play right here on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us on Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Brian Vilvin and Greg Olivier coming to you live from St. Augustine High School in San Diego, California. It's a Monday night edition of PlayOnSports.com's coverage of high school hoops here on Martin Luther King Jr. Day as Torrey Pines and St. Augustine square off here at St. Augustine High School. In the early game, it was La Costa Canyon defeating Francis Parker. And now the Falcons and Saints are locked up in a tight battle. The Falcons in the maroon jerseys with white numbering and gold trim. St. Augustine in the white jerseys, purple numbers and gold trim. Nate Samaniego, great defense there, getting a hand on the ball and then knocking it off of Hovas for a turnover for the Saints.
Good quick hands by Samaniego to get that turnover. Let's see if they can turn it into some offense now and get the lead.
Samaniego left wing. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line, no good. A rebound to Warman. Sam Warman, the hot hand there in the first quarter. 3 3-pointers for the Falcons, pacing their scoring effort. And a steal. Jack Drapp with the steal, and he missed the layup. Got the hardest part, missed the easiest part.
Came in a little strong. I saw him right at the last second, looked back to see if anybody was trailing him, and I think he just lost concentration to finish that layup.
It looked like he may have been thinking about a dunk. Nice look down low to Jack Bailey. Bailey thought about shooting. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper by Cyrus, no good. Rebound to the Saints. Brent Jones. And now another left-handed layup, no good from Jack Drapp. That time there were a couple of bodies in his face.
Yeah, he was looking for the foul. Thought he got pushed. It looked pretty clean, so play on, said the ref.
6:38 left to play here in the second quarter. A high-scoring first quarter, 38 combined points between the two teams. And nobody's gotten on the board here in the second. And the Falcons lose it out of bounds. Again, Samaniego with those quick hands, knocking the ball back off of Dominic Hovas.
Yet another turnover, but the Saints need to capitalize on them now.
Trey Kell running the point for the Saints, the 6'4" junior. Corner thinking about the three ball was Brent Jones. He had 6 of them against Cathedral Catholic earlier this month. Samaniego with the steal again. 3 straight possessions down the court, and Samaniego's forced turnovers on all 3. Coast to coast take, no good. Offensive rebound, Trey Kell, and a bucket.
Once again, defense getting turned into offense. Samaniego with the steal and just taking it himself to the bucket that time. Just couldn't finish, but that's what he's got teammates for, right?
That's right. There to do the dirty work, clean it up, and get the bucket of your own. You got a foul in the corner. Was there a foul called there or just out of bounds?
Out of bounds. It was a tip pass. Brent Jones getting in the passing lane there, and almost yet another turnover for the Saints.
Well, it's been 3 straight possessions to open up the second quarter where Torrey Pines has turned the ball over. 5:42 left to play in the second quarter. St. Augustine with a 2-point lead. Right wing, that's Hovas being defended by Dallas Hopt. And now Warman with the hook shot from about 7 feet away. That's going to be tough to stop if he can hit that. And Warman ties it up.
Absolutely. And continue with the semi-hot hand here. I don't think he's gotten the ball as much as he did in the first quarter, but.
Pull-up jumper, Jake Ryan. Talk about a hot hand. Jake Ryan getting it done out there for the Saints.
Yeah. You fire, I'll fire back. It seems to be the case here tonight.
Well, both teams exchanging blows here in the early goings. Again, Warman down low. Lamar on defense, but they're going to get Brent Lamar with the foul. And Sam Warman will go to the line for a pair. Let's see if the hot hand can continue at the free throw line for Warman. And it does. Beautiful.
Well, Warren will have another tie game.
It's been tied up a number of times here today. No team is led by more than 4 points. And it is tied up. Didn't see that coming, huh? Warman, just get him the ball, he can't miss. The only time he did miss was when he had to jack up a ball at the shot clock.
Yeah.
4:40 to go here in the second quarter. Shot off the mark, but an offensive rebound for the Saints. That was Johnny Peterson missing the bucket, but Trey Kell with the offensive board. And Brent Lamar will go to the line to try to retake the lead for the Saints.
Looking good. It seems Torrey Pines is having a little bit of trouble with the closeout there, so allowing the shot to go up, and then Trey Kell is just overpowering his man for the offensive rebound.
Brenton Lamar at the line. He missed his first 2 free throws of the game. He's now missed his first 3 free throws of the game. And he gets that one. Nice way to respond by the senior. Tough to make one after you miss 3 in a row, but that one was no doubt about it. 24-23, the Saints lead with 4:34 left to play here in the second quarter. Pressure being applied by the Saints. Trey Kell's going to get a steal. He's going to go up strong. Thought about a dunk. Missed it. But another offensive rebound for the Saints. 3-pointer on the way. Hopped. No good. Rebound, Torrey Pines.
You almost wish Trey Kell would just lay it up there or try to draw a foul to get a lead and extend the lead here, but
strong take over the right side and a finish by Zach Wagner. Torrey Pines retakes the lead. Yeah, getting back to that Trey Kell slam dunk attempt. I can't believe how high he got. I didn't think he was going to have a shot at it. Lamar with the offensive rebound. Looked like Torrey Pines might have won a travel there as Lamar shot it and then caught his own shot without the ball ever hitting the ground, but the officials say it was touched. But yeah, I can't believe how high Trey Kell got off the ground.
I didn't think the defender thought he was going to go up and...
Warman just off the mark.
Sorry, I held my breath. Everybody in the gym seemed to hold their breath there for a second to see if Warman was going to continue the hot hand.
Another turnover here. Sloppy play on both sides, but let's see if the Saints can take advantage of it. Big block. That time that was Hovas with the block. Torrey Pines, they're going to turn it over again. Offensive foul called against Brandon Cyrus. And the Falcons, that's, I believe, 7 turnovers here in the second quarter for Torrey Pines.
It seems like the Saints just went ahead and imposed a defensive will on them, but they just can't convert on the offensive side to build a lead here. So
I'd love to get something going here and a little more consistent. Kell looking down low to Jake Ryan. Ryan off the mark. Nice defense there by Torrey Pines. Chris Corello, excuse me, that was Connor Milmo in there defending. And Saints with another steal. And the Falcons try to get a steal of their own. Brent Jones from deep. No good off the mark. Rebound Milmo. 2:30 left to play in the first half. A lot less scoring here in the second quarter, and that's because the defense has amped up.
And not only on St. Augustine getting the turnovers, but also for Torrey Pines just being able to defend their side of the court. So they're keeping St. Augustine out of scoring and keeping the game close.
Right wing, that is Brandon Cyrus being defended by Brent Jones, 4-on-4. Warman thought about the 3-ball. Instead, swung the ball around. Pull-up jumper, traveling violation called against Torrey Pines. Another turnover for the Falcons. If you like offense, that first quarter was right up your alley, but this second quarter has been sloppy on both sides. We had 38 combined points in the first quarter. We've got 13 combined points here in the second. 2 minutes left to play before the half and a foul against Torrey Pines. The Saints will take it out underneath the basket. 16 fouls on St. Augustine, just 4 against the Falcons. And another turnover. This time Torrey Pines getting the steal. And a take. Somehow Brandon Cyrus did not carry that ball, and he gets a bucket. Nice, pretty finish by the freshman guard, Brandon Cyrus. Brent Jones looking down low to Jake Ryan. Ryan with a finish. Jake Ryan with 8 points here in the first half.
Yeah, strong right hand by Ryan on the block. Looked really good. Looked like he felt comfortable with that hook shot, too.
A 1-point St. Augustine lead with 1:25 left to play here in the first half. Ten seconds left on the shot clock. Strong take again by the freshman, but Cyrus off the mark. He's going to go to the line for a pair. You talk about playing beyond your years, and Brandon Cyrus is out there making plays, not afraid to go to the bucket at all.
Yeah, I think that ball was actually knocked out by the Saints, and Torrey Pines is going to take it out underneath the hoop.
No foul. They're going to say it was out of bounds under the basket. Good call there, Greg. 1:10 left to play here in the second quarter. We got quite a game. Nice pass. Milmo with the finish.
Good double clutch to get Kell up in the air and have him swat over him. So nice, easy transition bucket there.
Zach Wagner has made some fancy passes here for the Falcons. Samaniego out to Lamar, and a steal by Wagner. Now he's going to push it up the floor. Warman. Coach Olive yelling out to hold for one shot, but there's a 10-second differential between the shot and game clock, so their one shot will have to come with at least 10 seconds left to play until we got a foul. The foul will put Dominique Hovas at the line for 1-1. That foul on Brent Jones, the 17th foul against St. Augustine. Hovas hits the first. 28 seconds left to play in the half, so when St. Augustine gets this ball back, assuming they get it back, either on a make or a miss here, they'll have a chance to hold for the last shot. The free throw off the mark. Big rebound by Jake Ryan, who's had some very quality minutes here. Samaniego bringing the ball up the court. 20 seconds left to play in the second quarter, and the Saints are going to hold for the last shot. Ten seconds now, 8 seconds. Jake Ryan to Trey Kell for a deep three. No good. Offensive rebound, Brent Lamar. 1 second, gets it up and in. The second straight quarter where St. Augustine has hit a buzzer beater to tie the game. And we're all tied up at 30. This has been an exciting first half.
Absolutely. And we said before, 19 points scored by both teams in that first quarter. With only 11 coming in the second quarter, we attested to the good defense played by both teams and being able to lock each other down, get turnovers, and a little bit of sloppy play goes into both of that.
Well, that's the end of the first half of play with the score tied 30-30 between the Torrey Pines Falcons and St. Augustine Saints. We'll be back in a few moments with the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Don't go anywhere. We're PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives. Welcome to the PlayOnSports.com halftime show, coming to you on Martin Luther King Jr. Day from St. Augustine High School in San Diego, California. I'm Brian Vilvin alongside Greg Olivier. Our halftime score is 30-30. St. Augustine and Torrey Pines tied up at the half. The team's back on the court getting ready to start the second half. And Greg, we look at the scores. On the St. Augustine side, we've got a couple of players with 8 with Trey Kell and Jake Ryan, and then Brenton Lamar with 10, so it's spread out amongst the players. But then on the Torrey Pines side, one player has half the points for the Falcons. That's Sam Warman, who was on fire in the first half. 15 points for Warman.
Yeah, he looked really good in the first quarter. I think Coach Hop figured him out, kind of put a little more defensive pressure on him, and limited him to only 4 points there in the second quarter, and daring somebody else for Torrey Pines to step up and score.
Well, the Saints, like you said, this season have been known for their defensive prowess. Here tonight, they've given up 30 points in the first half to Torrey Pines, and actually that's not bad when you consider that the Falcons had 19 points at the end of the first quarter. But both teams twin scores at the end of the first quarter and end of the second quarter. We'll see what the third quarter provides as the Saints get the ball to start the second half of play. Brent Jones will inbound the ball to get the second half started. Nate Samaniego top of the key. Trey Kell now left wing. He's not afraid to shoot it from out there, but he looks to Lamar at the top of the key. Baseline jumper on the way by Samaniego, no good. A rebound, Zach Wagner for the Falcons. He'll look to push the ball up the court in transition. Just underway here in the third quarter, and Wagner throws it away. A turnover, much like they did a lot there in the second quarter, something they've got to clean up here in the second half.
I think it's just because they're so young, too, on their team that they're still trying to figure everything out and work together and play together. So the turnovers are going to come, the heartache, but it will make them a better seasoned team next year and the years to follow.
Trey Kell just off the mark. Strong rebound underneath by the freshman Cyrus, and the Falcons are pushing it the other way. Down low, Warman. Double team. Trey Kell with a steal. Another turnover for the Falcons. And Kell takes it coast to coast. Nice finish. He's got 10.
Once again, transition from defense to offense. Trey Kell with the steal and coast to coast there.
Cyrus now, top of the key. Nice pass down low. Beautiful to Milmo, and Milmo's got 6. Connor Milmo ties it up off a beautiful feed by Brandon Cyrus. I've been very impressed with Cyrus's game.
Yeah, for a freshman, too. He seems really mature on the court. Like we said, he can only get better from here on out.
Brent Jones at an awkward angle. Offensive rebound, Trey Kell. And the junior with a fadeaway bucket. Saints has the lead once again. Brent Jones defending Dominique Hovas. 6:20 left to play here in the third quarter. Foul going to be called against St. Augustine. Looked like there might be a little wet spot over there as Samaniego slipped a little bit, as did Brent Jones. First foul of the second half. Now they're trying to clean up that little wet spot that they had noticed.
It looks like they're trying to get all 10 players there to go ahead and wipe their shoes there to get it cleaned up instead of just grabbing a towel real quick.
Get a little sticky on those shoes. The players out there getting a little bit of rest here. 6:19 left to play in the third quarter in a game that neither team has led by more than 4 points. The largest lead of the game was a 4-point lead by Torrey Pines. But it's been back and forth. Right now, St. Augustine with a 2-point lead, looking to force another turnover here. Torrey Pines has turned it over 2 of their 3 possessions here in the second half.
I'm sure if you ask Coach Olive, too, if you could be tied going into the third quarter with St. Augustine on their home court, would you take that?
You'd take that all day.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said before, this is a good test for his young team.
Well, anytime you're going on the road to play against a veteran team like the Saints and you keep it close, that's all you can ask, is keep it close toward the end and try to make some plays. That one off the mark.
Good backdoor cut by Milmo. His man got caught up in a double screen there, and he came across wide open. He just missed the layup there.
Well, we've seen a couple of instances where players have gotten into great position, done the hard part, and then missed the layup. 2-3 zone by the Falcons. Trey Kell thought about a shot there and then threw it away. I think he's just trying to do a little too much there, looking for Samaniego down the baseline. Just under 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter.
Looks like St. Augustine went to a full court press there.
Three-pointer good by Hovas, and the Falcons have the lead again. Big collision underneath the bucket. Jake Ryan and Brandon Cyrus, or maybe Connor Milmo, hit each other. Who's going to get this ball here? Looks like St. Augustine will get it. They say last touch by Torrey Pines. Lamar thought about three. Instead, back to Samaniego. Nice fancy dribbling down low to get an easy shot off. Well, not exactly an easy bucket, but a 4-footer open just off the mark. And the St. Augustine student section's getting into it. Timeout, Torrey Pines. 5:24 left to play in the third quarter. It's a 1-point Falcon lead, 35-34.
We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage, brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Brian Vilvin and Greg Olivier coming to you live from St. Augustine High School in San Diego, California. Ken Hull, our videographer. Chris Cashman, our producer. 5:24 left to play in the third quarter. Torrey Pines leading St. Augustine 35-34 with possession of the basketball, but they're down here in the student section zone.
And it looks like
for St. Augustine.
It looks like the St. Augustine State student sections are now starting to get into it and starting to get into the minds and the heads of the Torrey Pines Falcon players.
Zach Wagner being defended by Samaniego, and Samaniego nearly got the steal. It's a tight sideline here at St. Augustine. And Samaniego, after trying to get that steal, ends up in the crowd.
Quick hands, though, to at least knock it away.
15 seconds left on the shot clock for the Falcons. Top key Warman being defended by Madsen. Nearly loses the handle. Instead, Cyrus has it. 8 seconds now on the shot clock. Got to get a shot off. 5 seconds. Up and good. Hovas with the bucket. He's got 5 second half points, excuse me. That call is going to go against St. Augustine. Third foul for the Saints here in the second half. 4:53 left to play in the third quarter. 3-point Torrey Pines lead. As we say, the biggest lead is a 4-point lead by Torrey Pines. They're looking to add to that here. Great look down low, and Torrey Pines leads by 5. Brandon Cyrus with another pretty finish.
Yeah, it looked like Lamar thought he had some help on the back end of that. Turned around after he got beat, and there was no one there.
Jake Ryan, top key. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. No look pass by Samaniego to Kell, and Kell missed the runner. Rebound Cyrus. He gets it off to Wagner, and we've got a 2-on-1 break here. Hovas, lucky he didn't get called for a travel there. Defensive rebound by Drew Madsen. Pushes up to Lamar in transition. Lamar thinks about a 3. Takes it on the line. Only a 2-pointer. But we'll have a timeout taken by Coach Hopt. It's a 3-point Torrey Pines lead. The Falcons will have the ball. 3:57 left to play in the third quarter.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Coming to you live from St. Augustine High School in San Diego, California. On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a special Monday night edition of high school hoops here in the San Diego section on PlayOnSports.com. There's 3:57 left to play here in the third quarter in a matchup of two San Diego section heavyweights, the Torrey Pines Falcons and the St. Augustine Saints. The freshman Brandon Cyrus leading the break here for Torrey Pines. We're going to have a travel on the Falcons.
Yeah, they beat the press, had him wide open for the layup. He just got scared by the defender coming at him.
And another turnover by Torrey Pines. Jake Ryan, strong take over the right side and a finish. Jake Ryan has scored in every quarter. He's got 10 in the game. St. Augustine sticking with that full court press, and they get a steal. It's Brenton Lamar, and Lamar with a finish. St. Augustine has the lead just like that. It goes from a 5-point Torrey Pines lead, a 6-0 run makes it 40-39 St. Augustine. And another turnover by the Falcons.
Saints picking up the defensive pressure here, going full court, getting a couple easy buckets, and got the lead right back.
Trey Kell left wing. Thought about the long jumper. Jake Ryan now. And Kell again. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. 2:53 left to play here in the third quarter. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Kell pulls up from deep, not a three, but the longest two you can take. Off the mark, and a rebound by the Falcons. Hovas, top key. Gets it off to the sure-handed Wagner. Wagner's being defended by Samaniego. 2:19 left to play third quarter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get something going here. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Hovas, pull-up jumper, no good, off the mark. Rebound, Drew Madsen. Samaniego's trying to push it up the floor. Brenton Lamar, left wing, fancy, taking a finish. Brenton Lamar's got 6 second-half points. He's got 16 on the game to lead all scorers.
I think he crossed over half of the Torrey Pines team, even the ones on the bench there with that.
A great finish by the senior, the Davis-bound senior. Three-pointer on the way, off the mark by Cyrus. And St. Augustine has the ball and a three-point lead with a minute and a half left to play here in the third quarter. Brent Lamar, pull-up jumper. No good, off the mark. And a rebound for the Falcons. Length of the court pass. Zach Wagner got it to Cyrus. But Brandon Cyrus, rather than just catch it and try to go up with it for the easy layup, tried to catch the alley-oop length of the court. That's going to be tough to do with the ball coming over the top of your head. And instead, it's a turnover.
Good outlet pass. If Cyrus just comes down with that two hands, maybe even throw a pump fake on the guy coming back to defend, and then a nice easy layup, they could have cut this lead back down to 1.
Lamar baseline, taking a finish again. 8 points here in the third quarter for Brenton Lamar. 18 on the game.
Lamar seems to just come out and impose his will. He has a couple steals here when they went to the full court press, some easy buckets, a few shakes here and there, and 8 points, and we opened up the lead to 5.
Got a little collision underneath. Zach Wagner with the take. Count the bucket. And Zach Wagner's got a chance for a three-point play. Yeah, Brenton Lamar really has just taken this game over here in the second half.
Looking good. It almost felt like they were holding back in the first half, and he's now coming out and saying, hey, this is my game. I'm going to take this game over, and we're going to win this. Not on my home court, Torrey Pines. Sorry.
Wagner misses the free throw, but a fight for the ball underneath, and it's going to go to St. Augustine. It's a 3-point St. Augustine lead. a 2-second differential between the shot and game clock. 33 seconds left in the game clock and 2 seconds less than that on the shot clock. St. Augustine will hold for a late shot. They've hit a shot at the buzzer to end the first and second quarters, so they know what they're doing here. Drew Madsen, the freshman, with the ball at the top of the key. Now Jake Ryan on the right wing, and Brenton Lamar with 6 seconds, 5 seconds now on the shot clock. Jake Ryan, 3-ball, no good. The rebound, Trey Kell off the mark, rebound Tombe, and the bucket is no good. St. Augustine tried to make it 3 for 3 on last second shots, but they were unable to do so, but they've still got that 3-point lead, Greg.
Absolutely, looking good. Hopefully they can hold on to it here in the fourth, or maybe Torrey Pines can go ahead and make a run here and take the lead back and win this close game.
44-41, St. Augustine leading Torrey Pines with the fourth quarter coming up. It's PlayOnSports.com's Martin Luther King Day coverage.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us on Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week. From your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Brian Bilvin and Greg Olivier bringing you the action here from St. Augustine High School. The fourth quarter coming up here, and that third quarter was dominated by Brenton Lamar. He's the reason St. Augustine's got a 3-point lead. 8 points there in the third quarter for the senior.
Looks good, the UC Davis-bound senior here in the third quarter. Just trying to show off his repertoire on some of the other things he's going to do. He's going to need to have a strong fourth quarter, though, to close out this game if the Saints hope to win.
You talk about the UC Davis-bound Lamar. That makes our boss very happy. Jeff Kurtz, a UC Davis alumni. He likes to see talent like that heading upstate. The ball on the ground, and it's going to be taken by the aforementioned Brenton Lamar, leading the break the other way. Gets it to Trey Kell for an easy bucket, and St. Augustine has their biggest lead of the game, 46-41.
And I can't stress enough on turnovers. The defense turns it around and makes it easy offense.
Kell's got 14 points. And the crowd coming alive for St. Augustine. Both teams fighting for the rebound. Sam Warman's going to get that rebound and kick it out to Jack Beach. Right baseline. Now Beach for three. Got it! With a hand in his face, sophomore Jack Beach hits the triple, and it's a 2-point game.
Great shot. That's tough for anybody to hit, especially with a hand in the face.
Wow, that was a big shot.
Absolutely. He looked good right there, and we're going to see if the Saints can answer.
Trey Kell off the mark, fighting for the rebound. Jake Ryan, no. It's going to go to Jack Bailey and the Falcons. Zach Wagner now looking down low to Warman. Warman nearly loses the handle. Torrey Pines will try to readjust here. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 6:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. 2 points, St. Augustine lead. Top key Wagner. Now Beach again for another one. This one off the mark. Rebound Martin Tombe. Gets it off to Brenton Lamar, who loses the handle, but it's picked up there by Jake Ryan. Now Lamar to Monroe. Monroe thought about the three. Instead, strong take over the left-hand side. He's going to be fouled, and it'll be St. Augustine ball underneath the basket. 6:05 left to play in the fourth quarter. St. Augustine clinging to a 2-point lead. They've got the ball in a fresh 35.
Neither team really in foul trouble either. So with 6 minutes left.
Nice pass, and Jake Ryan with another finish.
Good cut by Jake Ryan. His man fell asleep. He just backdoor cutted him, received the pass, and nice easy layup.
And if Brenton Lamar scores here in the fourth quarter, there will be 3 St. Augustine players who have scored in all 4 quarters, almost unheard of.
Not going to see that too often in a high school game.
5:35 left to play here in the fourth quarter. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Got to get something up. Bailey with the runner off the mark. The rebound goes to St. Augustine. Trey Kell, strong take over the left-hand side. No good. Offensive rebound, but out of bounds is St. Augustine. That was Jake Ryan who had it fall into his lap, but he was sitting on the baseline, and it's turned over to the Falcons.
Torrey Pines had good ball movement there. They just couldn't finish. They ran out of time. The clock seems to be running a little bit faster than they're thinking, and he got caught up with having to put up a desperation shot there at the last second.
Just over 5 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter in a game that has flown by. Got started a little bit early, and it's been played at a frantic pace. The ball turned over once again to St. Augustine. That's been the story from the second quarter on, has been Torrey Pines turning that ball over, and that's been the main reason is the pressure by the St. Augustine defense.
Especially Semeniego. He's so quick. He came off of his man, got into the passing lane there, and then just started a whole hubbub of stuff there for the turnover.
Semeniego with a beautiful no-look pass to Brent Lamar, and Lamar does score and makes it 3 St. Augustine players who've scored in every quarter. Lamar's got 20 on the game.
Good cut by Lamar. Great eyes by Semeniego to see him. And they just open the lead back up to 6 points.
4:24 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Another steal by St. Augustine. Again, that's Lamar. Brent Jones thinking about 3. Instead, brings it down. It's a 6-point St. Augustine lead, but Torrey Pines with the steal. Hovas, get it! And the basket. Strong finish by the sophomore Dominic Hovas, and he'll go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play to make it a 1-possession game. Nice take.
Good take. Jake Ryan tried to get there and cut him off there, but he just got a little bit too deep and feet were moving as Hovas went up with that layup.
The Saints S-Pit trying to get into Hovas's head, but it does not work. Dominic Hovas converts the 3-point play, and it's a 3-point ball game. Timeout taken on the floor. 4:08 left to play in the fourth quarter. It's PlayOnSports.com's Martin Luther King Day coverage.
We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Brian Vilvin and Greg Olivier bringing you all the action from St. Augustine High School as the Torrey Pines Falcons make the drive down south to St. Augustine to take on the red-hot St. Augustine Saints. And Torrey Pines, like we said, they just wanted to be in the ball game coming into the fourth quarter, going into a team as talented as St. Augustine, going into their home floor for a night game, a good crowd. And Torrey Pines hung right in there with Saints.
And that's all you can really ask, especially if you're perceived as the underdog. As a coach, you just want to keep it close, somewhere within striking distance. You don't want it to get out of hand too early, too soon. So my hat's off to Torrey Pines. Let's see if they can finish the game strong and maybe come out of here with a win.
And the Falcons have been playing without senior 6'8" center Chris Corello, who left the game with an apparent knee injury. So they've gone pretty much most of the game without their big senior, and they're hanging in there with Saints. Semeniego bringing the ball off the court, being defended by Zach Wagner. Now it's Trey Kell with Hovas on him. Brent Lamar thinking about 3. Instead will drive toward the basket. The Falcons wanted to travel. They're not going to get it. Brent Jones for 3. No good, off the mark. St. Augustine fighting for an offensive board. Drew Madsen's going to get it. A fresh 35 for the Saints. But they'll waste no time. Instead, the officials say that ball was knocked out of bounds by Torrey Pines, so the Saints will retain possession. 29 seconds on the shot clock.
Coach Olive giving the referees their earful.
Trey Kell with the ball at the top of the key. Brent Jones now left wing. The starters back in the game for St. Augustine. Samaniego, Madsen, Kell for three, no good. Rebound, Zach Wagner. Wagner taking it all the way himself. He's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line for two. Fouled by Trey Kell. And Zach Wagner's got a chance to make it a one-point game.
Yeah, Torrey Pines had a 4-2 advantage on that when Wagner came out of there with the rebound. But draws the foul and is going to go to the line, shoot two.
The first free throw up and good for Zach Wagner, making it a two-point game. 3:12 left to play here in the fourth quarter in what's been a great basketball game.
Very exciting.
Wagner off the mark with the second. Rebound, Trey Kell. Brenton Lamar over the left-hand side. Count it!
What a strong move right there by Brent Lamar. He had three Torrey Pines Falcons over him, and he just would not be denied that bucket and gets to the line to make it a traditional, hopefully, three-point play here.
22 on the game for Lamar, looking to add to it. The free throw off the mark. That's the one part of the game that Brenton Lamar struggled with tonight. He's 1 of 5 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that could come back to hurt him. Let's see, in such a close contest.
But it's hard to complain with that 22 he's put up.
Absolutely. I'll take that with the 4 missed free throws.
Yes, sir. Just under 3 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. The freshman Brandon Cyrus running the point here for the Falcons. Zach Wagner now looking to slow things down for the Falcons, trailing by 4. Got to get a good possession here. Hovas loses the handle. It's taken away by Samaniego. He's pushing it up the other way. Brent Jones with a finish and a bucket. St. Augustine's got a 6-point lead.
Samaniego yet again with those quick hands gets a steal. Once again, I can't say it enough. Defense turns into offense.
Foul down low. They're going to get Lamar. Such a good finish. St. Augustine's done a great job finishing around the basket here in the second half.
Yeah, we had a little bit of sloppy play in that first half, especially in the second quarter, where missed layups and couldn't really convert. But here, they've been able to convert everything and build that lead up.
It's been a very impressive showing here in the second half, especially the fourth quarter by St. Augustine. But the Falcons are still in this one. The free throw off the mark by Milmo, and the 1-and-1. You got to hit the front end. Milmo unable to do so. And we're going to get a timeout taken here by St. Augustine. Coach Hopt wants to talk to his troops, make sure that they get a good play drawn up. You'd love to get a bucket here. 2:06 left to play in the fourth quarter, leading by 6. If you get a bucket here, make it an 8-point game. It's going to be really tough for Torrey Pines to come back.
Absolutely. And without Warman really hitting here in the second half, their offense seemed to sputter a little bit.
Warman had 15 points in the first half. He has yet to score here in the second half. So it's been a drastic change for the Torrey Pines Falcons, and that's kind of where the offense came from in the first half. And they've struggled here in the second half to get anything going offensively. They have 18 second half points. 11 of those coming in the third quarter, 7 here in the fourth. But they've got 2 minutes and 6 seconds, a 6-point deficit, and they've got to get something going here. It all starts with a stop on the defensive end.
Absolutely. Let's see if they're up to the challenge here.
The officials trying to get something sorted out here. The players and the officials having a little bit of back and forth here. Not exactly sure what's going on. Greg, do you see what they're arguing about? I'm not really sure what's happening.
I don't know. Maybe they're looking at foul count. They're both looking at the books. So both head coaches are looking at the books for the official scorebook.
Coach Hopt and Coach Olive exchanging some pleasantries over there. Those two have known each other a long time. They've battled it out many a time. A mutual respect between the two teams. And they're trying to get that point across to their players, let them know that there's something bigger at stake here than just a basketball game. On a special day here in America, 2 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. St. Augustine up by 6 with the basketball. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Saints is going to try to bleed this all the way down inside 10 seconds. Now 7 seconds. Trey Kell from deep.
That would have been a backbreaker if he hit that.
It would have. Instead, the Falcons get the rebound, and they've got a chance to get a big bucket here. Got to score here. There's Warman. Thought about shooting. Instead, gets it down to Cyrus. Cyrus off the mark. A battle for the rebound, and it's going to be St. Augustine basketball. Might be time to start fouling here if you're Torrey Pines.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to if they want to stay in this game and have a chance to win here at the end.
And they've only got 3 team fouls, so it's going to take 4 fouls before St. Augustine even goes to the free throw line. And they still haven't fouled. I think they're going to let this entire possession happen, but then when St. Augustine gets the ball back, regardless of what happens on the other end, it's going to take a lot of fouls. Trey Kell with a bucket. Nice pass by Brent Jones, and Trey Kell with an easy finish.
And now we just go inside of 1 minute now, and the lead is up to 8.
16 points for Kell. Cyrus with the jumper, and he's fouled. Almost made it. Not a smart foul by St. Augustine, putting Torrey Pines at the line for points, or a chance at points at least with the clock stopped. Almost a three-point play. That ball was in and out.
Ooh, it was deep all the way. I think it touched the bottom of the net before it decided to come back out.
That was how all my shots were in high school. At least that's what I tell myself. Cyrus hits the first free throw, making it a 7-point game. And again, Greg, Torrey Pines is going to have to foul 4 times before the Saints go to the line. That's going to take off plenty of seconds. The second free throw off the mark, but a rebound by Torrey Pines. Three-pointer, no good. Got a foul.
Got a foul now. You have no choice. And like you said before, they're going to have to rack up 4 of them real quick here.
St. Augustine was able to burn 4 seconds that time after getting the rebound. 32 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. 7-point St. Augustine lead. And we got 3 more fouls coming. Kell has the ball. 30 seconds now. 29, 28. 4 seconds came off the clock again. That's 2 times that 4 seconds have come off the clock before the Falcons were able to foul. 2 more coming. 28 seconds. Almost a steal there.
Oh.
Ball last touched by Brandon Cyrus. That would have been a fortunate play there for the Falcons. They'll have a substitute coming to the game, Jack Bailey. Bailey just a sophomore, a very young Torrey Pines team. Bailey's got a foul, and he does. 2 seconds off the clock that time. And the next foul will be the bonus. 26 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. So this is the one time when it kind of hurts you if you're Torrey Pines that you played such a clean half.
Yeah, absolutely. When you try to put somebody on the line like that. Finally the foul call.
Kell gets fouled. Another 3 seconds off the clock, and Kell will go to the line with 23 seconds left to play. If he hits these 2, it'll be a 9-point game and very tough to come back from. Kell's got 16 on the game, 8 first half points, 8 second half points. And if he can hit a couple free throws here, it'll be a dagger. First one good. Cyrus back into the game for offensive purposes for Torrey Pines. Coach Hop's going to take a timeout, a full timeout. And folks, as we time out here, we'd like to remind you to stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show. We will select a player of the game and have a live interview with that player. And then we'll have a little postgame wrap-up directly afterwards. That's coming up following this game right here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Brian Vilvin, Greg Olivier, Chris Cashman, our producer, Ken Hull, our videographer. in what has been a very good game, back and forth the entire time. And then in the second half, St. Augustine starting to pull away. Trey Kell hitting that big free throw there for the Saints, and he's got another opportunity here to make it a 9-point game. But Torrey Pines hung in there the entire way.
I give them credit. Once again, young team going out there playing against another high-powered ranked team here in California and holding their own. So hopefully they can, if they happen to lose this game, they can take something away, say, hey, you know what, we can play with the big dogs here in state.
And this is a very young team like we talked about for Torrey Pines. There's a number of seniors on the team, but for the most part, the guys that are out there on the floor are sophomores. They're freshmen, juniors. Connor Milmo's had a big game, just a sophomore. Sam Werman, obviously, and he's a junior. Dominique Hovas, a sophomore. Zach Wagner, just a junior. And then the freshman, Brandon Cyrus, as Trey Kell hits both of his free throws. 20 seconds left to play. 9-point St. Augustine lead. Warman thought about three. Instead, he'll take it to the bucket and get a quick two, his first 2 points of the second half. And we've got a foul, a quick foul by sophomore Jack Beach. Brent Lamar will go to the line for 1 and 1.
I think the St. Augustine Saints defense here really showed themselves here in the second half, and they were able to draw out the win here. Once again, it gets a tough Torrey Pines, tough, scrappy Torrey Pines team here.
Lamar hits the first free throw. This is the one aspect of the game he struggled with this evening. He was 1 of 5 going into that one. He's got a chance to make it 3 of 7 on the game if he hits this one, which he does. Nicely done by Lamar. A 9-point St. Augustine lead, under 10 seconds left to play. Three-pointer on the way and no good by Zach Wagner. And that's going to do it. The clock shows 0. And St. Augustine wins it 60-51 over Torrey Pines. Nice second half there by the Saints to take this non-league battle on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Folks, we invite you to stay tuned to PlayOnSports.com for our post-game coverage. We'll wrap up all the action in our post-game show, and we'll have a live interview with our player of the game. That's coming up in just a few moments. Once again, the St. Augustine Saints have defeated the Torrey Pines Falcons 60-51 on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com postgame show. I'm standing here with our player of the game, Brenton Lamar of the St. Augustine Saints, a 60-51 winner over Torrey Pines. On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Brenton Lamar with 24 points to lead all scorers in what was a big win for you guys on your home court against a very feisty Torrey Pines team.
Thank you. You know, our whole mentality today was come out, play hard defense, pick up the intensity, and it showed. We just had to play effort. They like to slow the ball down. We got to take them out of what they like to do. So.
Well, you guys, you were tied after one quarter. You guys hit a buzzer beater to end the first quarter, then tied after 2 quarters. So at halftime you were tied. You hit another buzzer beater there, and you hit that buzzer beater going into the half. What was going through your guys' mind at halftime, and what did Coach Hop say to you guys at the half with Torrey Pines in this game?
He said, we got to keep up the defensive pressure. They were shooting like 70% in that first half. So, we knew that they weren't going to keep hitting shots like that. So we just had to come out, with strong and play with defensive pressure.
Well, the Torrey Pines team's a very young team, and it kind of seemed like you took advantage of that there in the third quarter, kind of took the game over. Was that something that going into the third quarter you wanted to basically assert yourself as the dominant player on the floor?
Yes, I had to stop the bleeding. Somebody had to. So that was my whole mentality, to come out in the third quarter, play hard, try to get a good lead for the fourth quarter and finish the game off.
Well, 14 second half points in a strong performance where you guys kind of ran away there towards the end, getting a big win on a week when your mind might be elsewhere. You guys on Thursday are playing against Cathedral Catholic, a team that's beaten you a couple times this season already. Was it hard to not look past today's game and to get the job done?
Yeah, of course. Torrey Pines is a really good team. I don't want to underestimate their, playing style and how they play. But, it was hard because we had, 3 days off, and it's a MLK day. So, I'm just glad we came out here and played hard.
Well, a couple of days to prepare for the big one on Thursday night.
Yep.
Congratulations once again, Brenton Lamar, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game. St. Augustine, a 60-51 winner over Torrey Pines. Folks, don't go anywhere. The PlayOnSports.com postgame show will continue in just a moment.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com postgame show. I'm Brian Vilvin alongside Greg Olivier. We just heard from our player of the game, Brenton Lamar, as the St. Augustine Saints defeated the Torrey Pines Falcons 60-51 on Martin Luther King Jr. Day here at St. Augustine High School. And Greg, Brenton talked about it. He said at halftime, Coach Hop just told the guys, you got to stay focused. Obviously, you don't want to underestimate your teammate, but come out and play your game. And they were able to take control in the second half.
Yeah, they looked really strong once again. The defensive side showing up once again for the Saints. And they seem to impose their will and just kind of close everything down for the Falcons there. The Falcons really didn't get anything going really offensively, especially their big score in the first half. Warman was really only had 2 or 3 points there in the second half.
And that's something that you alluded to a lot there in the second half, and it was a huge difference. The presence of Sam Warman there in the first half to keep Torrey Pines in it, and then the shutdown D that St. Augustine played on him there in the third and fourth quarters. Just 2 points in the second half for Warman.
Yeah, Coach Hop, I think he put Jake Ryan on him. Ryan was calling out saying, hey, I got 25, and manned him up for the rest of the second half. So good eye by Hop to go ahead and recognize who was their hot hand and their hot scorer there.
Well, for St. Augustine, it was obviously Brent Lamar had 24 points, but it was a very spread out, spreading the wealth. A lot of guys contributed for St. Augustine. Trey Kell had 18 points for the Saints, and Jake Ryan had 12. So we had 3 players in double digits for St. Augustine. All 3 of those guys scored in every single quarter, and that's something that you just don't see. 3 different guys on one team scoring in every single quarter.
No, and once again, it attests to the defense. I hate to just keep pressing on it, but the defense just opened up everything on the offensive side. They get a turnover here, and then they run the floor, and just who's open in the lane to take the layup there. Yeah,
Samaniego did a great job defending Zach Wagner. We saw Wagner with a lot of really nice passes and feeds there in the first quarter, and then Samaniego went into shutdown mode in quarters 2 through 4.
Yeah, once again, quick hands by Samaniego. The defensive side, he would just step into passing lanes that I don't think Zach Wagner thought he was going to be there, and all of a sudden Samaniego's hands there to knock the ball away and to turn it into easy points for St. Augustine.
Well, the Saints win it 60-51 over Torrey Pines, and that's going to wrap it up from St. Augustine High School. We'd like to thank you all for joining PlayOnSports.com's coverage of California high school boys basketball. Be sure to check the PlayOnSports.com broadcast schedule page for all of our upcoming broadcasts. For our producer, Chris Cashman, our videographer, Ken Hull, and my partner, Greg Olivier, I'm Brian Vilvin saying so long, and we hope you'll join us next time right here where high school sports lives. PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.